Hello and welcome to the Easyrainbow tutorial. I hope that you guys find this easy and that it just helps you understand the app a little bit more. This is the first page you'll see when you are inside of the app. So you're just going to choose your language and then say next. And then after that, you're going to be inside of the app and then you'll see all of the buttons at the top. First, we're going to look at the upload image button. So that's just pretty straightforward. That is where you can upload any of your own images that you have on your device. So you're just going to say upload image and then browse through all of your images on your device that you're using. And then once you have your images in that you want to use, just go ahead and click close. Then we're going to jump to the next button that says my files, and then all of the images that you just added will be there. You can click on any of the images that you just uploaded to use it on your design, and then again just say close. Then with your image, you can move it around on your canvas. You can make it bigger or smaller, so you can scale it. You can do pretty much anything with it. First, we'll look at the image filters. So currently we don't have any on it. So it's going to say none. And then when you click on that none drop down, it's going to give you all of these options that you can use for your image. So you can make it grayscale. So that's just basically going to make it black and white. You can make it sepia color, so that's just gonna change the colors a little bit. You can choose saturation, which will just bring out the colors of the image a little bit more. So there's a ton that you can choose for your image. So the filters, there's a lot. You can go ahead and play with that. And then next up, we have the create a new variation. So this is just basically you're going to take an image that you have or that you've decided, and maybe you want to change it around a little bit, or you want something similar to this image but not exactly that image. And as you can see here, I just uploaded a few more images that we can use just to show you guys. So I'm choosing this little elephant and I'm going to say create new variation. So it's going to create a completely new baby elephant for me using the inspiration of this image that I have just uploaded and given to it. So when I click on create new variation, it's just going to now load the image for me in the background, and then when it's done, it's just going to pop up on my canvas. Here it's just going to tell you that you have how many ever units you have left to use to create your images, and there you go. It gave us a completely new little baby elephant. This is the one that we gave him to use as like an sort of like an inspiration picture, and then this is the little baby elephant that it gave us. So now I can use this little variation that it gave me. I'm going to delete the original image and keep the one that it gave me, and then I can use that on a design. Say I want to make a birthday party invitation or a baby shower invitation using this little baby elephant, then I can just go ahead and place it wherever I want on my canvas, and then that will be the little picture for our design. So that is with regards to the create new variation. You can play around with it and create basically your own little image out of any image that you upload. And let's go into a little bit more depth of what you can do with your images once you uploaded it. So first, as we mentioned, we can do the filters, and then we can create a new variation of our image, and then at the bottom it just says close window, and then you can scale your image again, bigger or smaller. You can swap it around, and then when you have your device in front of you on the right side, you have all of these options. As you can see, first you have bring to front, which just means it's going to bring the picture to the front of the page. You can send it to the back, which just means it'll send it to the back of all of the text or anything else you add. Then you have the transparency of the image, which means you can just fade out the image a little bit to like give it like a faded look at the back of your design if you want to. So you can change the transparency however you'd like, and then you can add a shadow to any of your images as well, and then you can also change the intensity of the shadow with sliding this little blue circle around. It's just going to change the shadow at the back of your image, as you guys can see here. And then at the bottom it is color selection, but obviously this is not going to work for an image, because an image you can't change the color of the image. So we're going to go ahead and skip over that one. Then you have the duplicate option, so you can duplicate your image. And then at the bottom it just has the delete option. It's going to ask you to confirm, are you sure you want to delete the selected object, just to make sure you don't delete anything that you don't want to. And then I'm going to say okay to delete that. And that's pretty much it for all of the options that you have on your images. Then next we have download project. We'll get to that after I showed you a little bit more on the app. Then you have your little profile, and then you have the help option, which is probably where you got this video from. So it's just going to tell you a little bit more about the app, and then give you the video tutorial as well if you want to know how it works. Okay, next up, we can change the size of our design as well. So say for example I enter or I put in my image and I feel like I want to change this to an Instagram story. I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, choose Instagram story, and then say resize canvas. The same with all of the others. So currently we have A4, flyer, logo or square size, and then a poster size as well as the Instagram story option. So we're going to go ahead, click on the square, and then I'm going to say resize canvas, and then it's going to resize all canvas. I'm just going to drag my little image to fit the little frame, and there you have it. We have a square design now. Next we have the Easyrainbow AI, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Let me just show you guys the rest of the features quickly. Okay, so you have a background option. You can change the background, remove a background, or change the background color. We're going to hop in to change the background color first. So the square up top will show you the color of your canvas currently. So you're going to click on that, and then it'll pop up all of these little squares. You can choose any of those colors, but if you want to play around with some more colors, just click on more. Make sure the saturation and the value is all the way to the right, so you'll be able to see all of the colors that you can play with. And then you just slide the hue one around to choose your perfect color that you want, and then you can go back, change the saturation, change the value a little bit, play around with the colors there, and then when you're happy with your color, you're just going to say set, and that will change the background color of your design. Now you can also use an image as the background of your design. So you say change background, and then choose whatever image you'd like to have as your background. So I'm just going to choose this little elephant again, and as you guys can see now, I cannot do anything with the image in the background because it's now an actual background and not an image. I can't move this around or anything, so it's going to stay put like that. But say for example I want to change this image now, or I don't want it, I want a different one, I'll just say change background and then choose a different image. Again, I can't move this image around because it's a background. Then next up we have remove background. Say you chose the wrong image, or you see like it doesn't really work for my design, I'll just go ahead and say remove background. And then I'm just going to jump back and just quickly change the color of my canvas to white again, so I can show you the rest of the options. Next we've got add text. So we have the same options as with the images. So we have bring to front, send to back, which is self-explanatory. It's just gonna send it to back or move it to the front. Then you can change the transparency again, and then you can add a shadow to your text and just change the intensity of the shadow by just dragging this little blue circle around again. Then with the text you can change the color. Again, you can select any of these colors or go to more for some more color options. Again, choose the saturation and the value to the complete right of the screen, so you can see all of the colors above that you have to work with. And then after you chose your perfect color, you can just change the saturation or the value again to get your perfect color. And then when I am done choosing my perfect color, I'm gonna say set. And then you can move your text around. You can twist it or spin it around. You can scale it bigger or smaller. So you can play around with your text however you want it on your page. And then we just again have the duplicate option, so you can duplicate your text to make it a little bit easier for you to work with. And then we have the delete option again. Then let's dive into some more text options for you. So at the bottom with the text options, you have a little drop down. Currently it says Arial. So you're going to click on that drop down. It's going to give you all of these fonts to choose from. Just choose a font, and then as soon as you have chosen your font, then just click on the change text little block. This will just allow you to change the text. So it'll just automatically put you into the text box so you can type. And then you can just go ahead and scroll through all of the fonts. Check it out, see which one you like best, click on the font and it'll change for you. Say I'm happy with this font, I'm gonna leave it there. Then I can move on to the paragraph alignment. Now this works best if you have like an actual paragraph. So if you have like 2 or 3 sentences, you'll see the effect more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to type a little bit more words into this little text box so you guys can see the effect that it has. Okay, so I've put some more words in here so I can show you guys. Currently it's on center. You have the option for left. Then it's just going to move all of the words to the left of the text box. And then same with the right. If you click the right one, it's just going to align it to the right of the text box. And then the center one is just all of the words in the center. So again, you can scale this bigger or smaller. Let's make it a little bit bigger on our canvas. And then next up, we've got some gradient colors. This is fun to play with. Again, when you click on it, you can select any of these colors, or you can click on more to choose your own color. So I'm going to go with orange for the first color, and then for the second color I'm going to go with a different color. You'll see there's 2 blocks of colors. The first one, you'll just click on the one and then change the color. Click on the second little block next to it, change the color, say okay, and then you have your gradient options over here. Okay, so first left to right, I'm gonna say left to right, apply gradient, and then you'll see the colors change from left to right. Then I'm gonna say top to bottom, apply gradient, and then it's going to change it. The color is gonna go from top to the bottom of the word. At the same with the radial, I'm going to click on that, say apply gradient, and then that is going to change the color from the inside of the little paragraph outward. And so you can go ahead and just play around, choose your own colors. I'm going to say left to right with the church word, and I'm going to change one of the colors to a bright color so I can show you guys the full effect of it. So I'm going to say pink, and then here you can clearly see the change of the color of the word. So that's with regards to the gradient colors. And then we just have close window again, or you can just click anywhere on the screen and then it'll take away all of your options for the text. So just again, at the right side you have all of your options, your delete, duplicate the color of your text if you just wanted one solid color, and then the shadow, and you can change the intensity of that, the transparency, send it to back or bring it to the front. Then again, you have all of your font options, say change text, that'll just allow you to type into the little text box. Then you have your alignment for a paragraph, either left, right, or center. You have your gradient colors that you can play around with, and then the close window option. Okay, so I just quickly wanted to show you guys at the bottom of your page, there's a few arrows and then a select all button. So before we move on, let me just quickly run you guys through what that is. So say for example, I have an image at the back of my canvas and I click on that, then it's obviously gonna move around because I didn't put this as a background, I put it as an image. And so I can't click and drag on my canvas to select everything or all the text on my canvas. It's going to move my image around when I do that. And so that is when the select all button comes into play. So you'll go down, click on the select all button, then it's going to select everything on your canvas and you can move that around as if it was a whole picture. But say for example, you want to just move around a few text, or you want to jump between the text. For example, say your design gets a little bit too crowded with loads of images and words and you're struggling to like click between all of the text boxes, and that's when you're going to go down to the arrows and use them. So say for example, I'm going to click on Sunday, Then the up arrow is just going to move the text upward on your canvas. The down arrow will move it downward on your canvas. And then the left arrow will move the whole text box to the left of your canvas. And then the right one will move it to the right of your canvas. And then you'll see there are two other little arrows that just looks kind of a little bit different. So you're going to use those to hop between the text boxes. So when you click on those, you'll see it jumps from the one text box to the next text box, and then you can just go ahead and say change text when you're on the chosen text box, and you can just go ahead and change your text in there. So that is with regards to the arrows and the select all button at the bottom of your page. Next up, right next to the add text button, you have the add shape button. These are the shapes that's currently on the app for you to use. We're going to go ahead and just choose the square so I can just show you guys what you can do. Again, you can scale the shape big or smaller. You can twist it around and flip it around however you'd like it on your design. You can just change it. You can change it to a rectangle if you want to. So you can just play around with any of the shapes. I'm going to just leave this here. I'm going to go ahead and change the color as well so I can show you. I'm going to create some sort of a minimalistic design just to show you guys how you can put all of this together. And then again, you have all of your options at the right side. I am currently just busy showing you guys the gradient option also works on the shapes, so you can play around with different colors on the shapes as well. I'm going to leave mine from left to right. That just shows you the gradient effect best with the colors that I have chosen. Then on the right side, we again have our options for our shapes, which is bring to front, send to back, and then the transparency of the shape you can also change. You can also add a shadow to this shape that we have just chosen, and then change the intensity of the shadow again, just sliding our little circle around to see what works for us. Then if you want your shape to be just one solid color, this is on the right side that you'll choose this. So on the right side, you'll find the solid color again, and then just below the image, you'll find your gradient colors. And then again, we just have our duplicate option if we want to use the same shape and color and everything. And then again, we have the delete option as well. So now I'm just playing around showing you guys sort of like a minimalistic design to show you guys what you can add so I want this image to be at the complete back of my design, so I'm just going to click send to back until I feel like it should be at the back right now, and then I'm going to click anywhere else on this black space that I have, and then click on it, and then it'll show you that the image is now at the back of the design, and I can work with the text and the shapes that I have on my design as well. I'm going to change the transparency of the image because I don't want it to be as bright and bold. I want the poster that I'm going to add and the words to stand out more than the image, so I changed the transparency. Now I'm just going to add my poster. Just a quick tip, removebg.com is a free site where you can remove the background of your image, and then you can use your poster as a transparent background, which just looks a lot more professional on a design. So go ahead and check out that website for you. Remove the background of your poster and then upload that as an image. So I'm just going to go ahead and play around with some text and just type a few things in here, the address of the church, the name of the pastor, and then I'm going to make a small little design, and then I'm going to show you guys how you will go ahead and download this design that you have just created. Okay, there we go. So I'm happy with my design. I am happy with the placement of everything. I'm going to go ahead and click download project at the top, and then it's going to give me my options, which is normal quality, good quality for printing, or extreme quality for printing. Extreme quality is just what you'll use for like bigger posters or things like that. Then you want to choose what your image type should be, JPEG or PNG. I'm going to pick PNG and I'm going to say download image. It's going to load this up, and then it's going to pop up a little alert for you, and then it's going to say please press and hold the image after it is rendered to access downloading and sharing options. You're going to want to click OK here, and then it'll open up your image that you have just created, and then you're going to just click on the image and hold for a little bit, and then it's going to give you your options. So you have open image, preview, copy, download, search, or share. We're going to go with download image, and then at the top it'll say file downloaded. I'm going to say open, and there we have our design that we have just created. Now let's just go ahead and delete everything on our design so I can jump in and show you guys the Easy AI tool, which is our best feature on the app. So we're gonna go ahead, click on Easyrainbow AI, and then it's gonna pop up this little pop-up window for you, and it's gonna ask you what do you want, the free templates, generate template, or generate image. We're gonna go with free templates first. So there's a few templates that you can choose from. Just click on the one that you like. It's going to load it up for you, and then when it gives you the design, you can see that you can change anything on the design. So you can remove the poster, put in your own poster, you can move the words around, you can change the words, you can put in all of your own detail on this design. So it's pre-made for you, so you just go ahead and put in the image that you want of your poster or the speaker at the event, and then you just go ahead, put in your own address, the time, your own social media handles, and all those sorts of things. You can do that. So you just go ahead, choose a template, and then you can work from there. But say you want to do a completely different one that's not at the template, say you just don't like any of the templates and you want to make sort of like a different design, then you're going to go back to Easyrainbow AI and you're going to choose generate template. So as soon as we click generate template, it's going to tell you to give him some information for your template that you want. So we're going to go ahead and give him some detail and just give him a little bit of an idea of what we want for our design. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to please give me a flyer for Sunday night worship, and it needs to be purple. Then I'm going to say submit. Now you'll notice that this is not enough for the AI, so it's going to pop up an alert for you. At the moment, the AI can only generate birthday and church templates. Please include one of those two words. Okay, so which means we need to put the word church in for it to be able to give us a church flyer for a Sunday service or whatever you need for your church. So let's go ahead and say, please give me a flyer design for our church, because that is the word that it needs to know what you are looking for. So please give me a design for our church Sunday service. I'm going to add again, it needs to be purple, so there needs to be some sort of purple color in this design. And then I'm going to say submit. Then it's going to load it up for me. It's going to say operation successful. You now have so many credits left. And then it's going to load it. They're going to ask you, would you like to use a picture of your own main poster? And there it gives you the little tip I gave you previously. removebg.com will just help you to remove the background of your poster. And so we're going to say yes. If you say skip, it's just going to give you a random poster on the design if you'd just like to see what it'll look like. But we're going to go ahead and say yes, we want to use our own poster for this design. And then it's going to give us a small little option there that says choose image. Click on that, and then you just choose your image of your poster. And then there you have it. There's the poster that we have chosen. And then we can just scale him bigger or smaller and just put him wherever we want him to be on the page. Now you'll notice that we didn't give the AI too many things to work with. So the only thing we said is it needs to be a Sunday church flyer and it needs to be purple. So all of the other words you're going to have to go and put in manually. You're going to have to put the poster's name and the address, anything extra you want to add on your flyer, you'll have to go and put that in yourself. But let's go ahead and make one that we give him just a tiny bit more information, so you guys can see how giving him more information will just help you to receive or to generate just like a better design for you so that you don't have to do too much to the design. And then it'll just be quicker and easier. So let's go ahead and say Easyrainbow AI again. This time I'm going to give him some more information. Then I'm going to tell him to please make me an Instagram story church service design. It needs to be blue. The speaker's name is Pastor Edward Winston. The service starts at 6 p.m. There will be coffee served after the service in the entrance hall. So that's just a little bit more information for him to work with. Again, I'm going to say, yes, I want to add my own pastor into this. I'm going to choose my image, and then it'll pop up my image, and I can again scale it bigger or smaller, put it wherever I want the pastor to be on my design. And then you'll notice that it add all of this information that we have just given him. It'll add it onto the design. And then at the bottom of our pastor, you'll see it just gave us the pastor's name as we have told him, Pastor Edward Winston. And so we can just scale that bigger or smaller. The words, we can place it exactly where we want it on the design. And then you'll see it says 6 p.m., which is the time that we gave him. And then at the bottom, you'll see it says coffee served after the service in the entrance hall, because that's the extra information we gave him to work with. So the more information you give the AI, the better template it'll give you, and that just gives you less work to do after you receive your template. So you can add things like your contact details, the address of the venue. If you have any extra speakers, like guest speakers at the event, you can add them on. Add the name of your church as well. So any other information that you feel like it's important to have on the flyer or the design you're making, you can just give that to the AI, and that will add it to your design automatically. You can also ask it for a specific format. So say, for example, you want it to be a flyer, just state that in your prompt as well. Or if you want it to be a square for an Instagram post, state that as well. That'll just, again, give you the template that you are looking for without you going to have to go and resize the flyer to the size or format that you want it to be. And just a quick tip, you can give the description to the AI in your own language, but we do recommend that you give him the colors and the style in English. That will just give you the best possible outcome. Okay, so now let's get back to looking at our design. So you can go ahead and take this design that it has just given you and change it up and switch it up around, play again with the colors like I've shown you guys. Choose some different colors, whatever fits your design. If you need the background change, you can again go to background, change background, and you can just play around with all of these tools on here. If I'm happy with my design, again, I'm going to say download project. It's going to give me the same little box as before. So you choose the quality of your image, and then you choose the image type, which is PNG or JPEG again, and then I'm going to say download it. Okay, so our last option at the Easyrainbow AI button is to generate an image. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Then it's going to pop up a little box for us that says image description. So click into that box, and then you can type whatever image you want it to make for you. You're going to give it a little bit of a description. So let's say we want a cross with palm leaves for Palm Sunday. So we'll just say give us a cross with palm leaves, and then we're going to say generate image. Then it has given us an image at the back, and it gives us an alert that says image generated successfully. You now have so many units left. So you do have the option on the app to buy more units if you run out of them, and it'll always tell you how many you have left after generating an image, just like this. So I'm going to say okay, and here is the image that it has given me. So you can type in any idea of a picture that you have. So you can just use this image that it has just given you on your design as well. So that's pretty much the basics of using the app. I hope that this helped you guys and that you just understand the app a little bit more. And I truly hope that you guys enjoy designing some great looking designs on this app.